Hello, hello! We are live. Do we have lag? Let me see. Levels look fine as well. Awesome, we don't. Right, we are jumping back into Stormblood today. Hopefully finishing it. That's the goal. I want to finish it today. Which means then tomorrow... It is Wednesday, yeah. Tomorrow's Thursday, yeah. Tomorrow we can jump into Shadowbringers. And I do have plans for Shadowbringers, which I'll get to towards the end of today's stream. But yeah, we ended off the last stream with everyone in the Scions collapsing around us. What was it? It was Thancred first at the meeting, the council meeting. And then Istola and Urianger collapsed, didn't they, here in Revenant's Toll, in the Rolling Stones. So Aoe seems to be the only Scion standing, assuming nothing happened to Alphino. So I'm guessing we're going to find out more about what's going on now. So let's have a chat with Aoe and see what's going on. Right, soul searching. Aoe is at her wit's end. That's not good, is it? Right.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news.
Oh? Why is that?
After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments.
I see.
But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjury. Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle.
Oh. I've just realised, weren't they... Yeah, Okay, bear with me. With the exception of Urianger, Y'shtola and Thancred were both in the Aether, so it makes sense that they would have heightened etheric presence. I don't know the connection with Urianger yet.
And Alphino's still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
So that might explain why Aoe isn't affected. Because so far, everyone who has been affected, with the exception of Urianger, they've been within the Aether itself. Yeah.
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Hello, who are you? Oh, it's Crow. Oh, hang on a sec.
Kryle, I did not think you well enough to travel.
This is weird, because Cryle also has heightened etheric, sensors. But I don't think Cryle's been within the Aether. This is really confusing. I don't get what the connection with Urianger is.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow Scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
So, yeah, we know... Okay, it was explained when Thancred went down, it was explained that it was because of his heightened etheric sensors, because he was in the Aether. And so it makes sense that's why Y'shtola was also affected. But Urianger is the odd one.
Yes, I should have thought of that.
The only thing I can think of is... I remember when Moonbreeder had... was it Moonbreeder had a staff thing? I think she had that staff or whatever it was. Was that her staff? I'm not 100% sure on whether it was her staff or not. But I know Urianger's worked with Aether before. Like, he's actually worked with Aether interfering devices. And so it could be that he's got some attunement with the Aether. But then why aren't... we do too. And so does Kryle. Why aren't we affected? I think that's probably what it is.
Kryle. We would welcome your insight.
It's probably because he has some sort of attunement with the Aether. More so than everyone else. Just obviously less than Y'shtola and Thancred because they were in the Aether. So.
And I should be happy to provide it. Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas.
Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
No, I wasn't there. She was, I'm guessing, though.
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
Okay. Okay, hang on a
That particular
second.
grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
That particular line actually reminded me of something that happened in the launch trailer for Endwalker. A specific line in the launch trailer for Endwalker matches up pretty well with Alphino's statement there.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault. But I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone.
Do you know what? Alphino really has had some serious character development. Like, genuinely, I can't think of any character in any game that's had more character development than Alphino. It's brilliant.
A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. How's the word, eh?
You sure? Yeah, right, or whatever. I won't tell him you told me.
Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
No, I am fully expecting Kryl to succumb to whatever this is at some point. What was it? Pulling or calling or something? I've completely forgotten what they called it. I think was it Urianji that come up, like, gave us the term for it? Maybe, I don't know. I've forgotten what they called it, but I can fully expect Kryl to suffer from it at some point. Right. What are we gonna do? Are we waiting? We're waiting. Obviously, we're waiting for Kryl to come back to us. Okay. Here we go. Well.
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep.
Seems like it, isn't it?
Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, so obviously it is Aether related, because we know that the souls are Aether. We know that. That was explained to us in Realm Reborn, I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, no, it was specifically in that cutscene where Moonbreeder shows us the aura site. I think it's that cutscene that Minfilia and Urianji, or it might be Minfilia and Thancred, explain the whole, you know, how primals work, how the Ascians work, and how the soul works, etc. And we know that the soul is the Aether. So yeah, we would expect that's what she's explaining here.
Ah, yes.
So
the Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes?
Apparently, I thought I was in Hydaelyn's world. That dark world, you know.
If we assume the ether which comprises your essence is being drawn to some other place...
Yes?
Then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves behind, just as we did in our search for Thancred.
Very clever. Okay.
I wasn't around for that, but I can't imagine it was easy.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try. I will have need of Master Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit. Matoya.
Okay, I remember Matoya. Matoya was cool. She took the mick out of Alphino. Thought he was a girl. Oh. I wonder what she's gonna think of Alice, because they look very similar. Is she gonna get mistaken, or is she gonna do the whole oh, welcome back, boy, or just oh. I will admit, the one thing I remember about Matoya's cave, which is really annoying, is that you can't get a teleport there. You have to go to Idylishir and go south. It's so annoying. But yeah, I do wonder if she's gonna get Alice mixed up for Alphino, because they are very alike. Like, obviously we can tell because of the clothes, and I think the ribbon in their hair is also slightly different. I think see, I can't, this is the thing, I genuinely don't pay attention to it, so I can't remember what colour Alice's is, but I think one wears red, one wears blue. The red one might be pink. I'm pretty sure one wears blue. I'm thinking that's Alphino. maybe. We'll find out in a minute. We'll find out in a minute. We've got to speak with Alyce in a sec, so we'll see. But yeah, it'd be interesting. It's gonna be good to see Matoya again. It has been a whole expansion since we last saw Matoya, so should be good. But yeah, I am looking forward to getting into Shadowbringers though. That should be really fun. Oh, here we go. Yeah, under there, because Matoya's cave's right under there. I wonder if she's what was it? Didn't she have like a toad butler? I wonder if she's still got the toad butler. Was it a toad? I think it was a toad. Right, Alyce, what you got? Alyce's got a red red ribbon in her hair. So Alphina's got the blue one, Alyce's got the red one, and obviously Alyce's got the red mage scepter thing. Scepter. Whatever it's called, the sword. I forget what the sword's called. Right. I'd heard Master Matoya was something of a recluse, but this seems extreme. Still, I'll happily overlook her eccentricities if she agrees to help us. Yeah, yeah. No, she's brilliant. I love her. I think Matoya's great. Here we go. Ah, the music. The music's always good when you enter Matoya's lair. A cave.
Come to disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
See, I'm gonna be honest. Based on every single encounter I've had with Alyce, I would genuinely say she's the more dull one. Like, Alphino is much more lively, and his voice, for some, like, to me at least, his voice seemed to have a much sort of joyous tone, much more joyous tone to it. Alyce just comes across as a bit down, and yeah, I don't know. It might just be me, like my perception of her, but genuinely.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
See, she's so down, isn't she? And yeah, she does still have the frog servant.
That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders.
She's still pretty doom and gloom. Yeah, and Stoller, and don't say Stoller's name.
Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
Well.
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
And of course, you've got the patented fade up, although it's at a tilt, like a, yeah.
And Stoller is one of the afflicted, is she?
She is, yes. And of course, we know that will motivate you.
She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
There we go, see? So, okay. The fact that Matoya is willing to help tells me there is a way out of this, because she seems to be clued up in all of this. Like, she knew Stoller was blind, you know, before it was announced to anyone. So, yeah. I'm fully expecting this to be a recoverable affair.
Let us see what we can see.
Yeah, see what we can see.
I'll begin from where our friends first fell, and cast my senses out from there.
Okay. Well?
What is it? Did you find them?
That doesn't look good, does it?
This doesn't make sense. But how is it even possible?
Well, tell us what it is.
How is what possible? Kryl, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
What?
Could their ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the Broodmother's daughter all over again.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
This is so weird.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
But where?
But
Where? Yeah, where?
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
There's only one thing I can think of to
we're
try.
no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking.
Yeah, there's literally only one thing I can think of, and that's to go to the place that I thought we went to, which was Heidelin's world. We need to basically get in touch with Nymphelia. That's my
Pray,
guess.
excuse me a moment. Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way.
What's happened?
That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them.
Okay, so this is where we're going to find out if Alphino was affected, I'm guessing.
I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Yeah.
Go, child, go! You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
I like Matoya. She's so
I'll
sweet.
do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
I'm convinced we have to visit
Let's be
Heidelin.
off then.
We're gonna have to visit
Oh, not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning
okay.
of the ether.
Yeah, no, okay.
It seems to be happening all over.
I'll be honest, I was thinking that was like the soul of the broom had like vanished. I was like, hold on a second. No, it's just the Aether thinning. Okay, it's fine.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting at shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, well. Off we pop to Alamigo. I'll be honest, when she first got that call from Alamigo, I thought that was Lise that had collapsed, but no. Yeah, I think we're probably going to have to visit Heidelin at some point. We'll have to wait and see. Let's go. So that was the woman who tamed Y'shtola. I had a distinct feeling of being grabbed by the scruff of the neck and having the nonsense shaken out of me. When Alphino is back, I'd like to visit again and ask her what tales she has of grandfather. Yeah, that's fair enough. Right. On to the next, the Defector's Tidings. The news from Alamigo has left Alice in a state of nervous excitement. I almost can't bear to hear what Maxima has to tell us. But it can't be bad news, can it? At least would have said, unless... there's no point speculating. At least said she had notified the guards of our coming, so we should head straight to the palace gate in the Alamegan Quarter. I'll be praying for good news. Learn what you can about Alphino's plight, and I'll leave search for our friends' lost souls. Leave the search for our friends' lost souls to me. Bye, Cryo. Good luck. Tell us what you find out. Come on, Alice, let's go. Oh, one thing I heard about Endwalker, and I think this was actually mentioned in the latest live letter, and I think this is so cool. Is apparently in Endwalker, when you're doing the story and you have NPCs like Alice or Alphino, Uyandi, whatever, when you talk to them and it involves you going to a place like, say, for example, here to the Alamegan Quarter from Matoya's Cave, they'll no longer just walk off and fade into nothing. They'll actually come with you. Apparently, it sounds so cool. I don't know what that means in terms of, like, you know, are they going to fight enemies with you, or are they just going to be dilly-dallying along with you, or I don't know, but that sounds so cool to me. I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot I'm looking forward to with Endwalker. Like, besides the story. I'm looking forward to the story, but besides the story, there's a lot I'm looking forward to. I've also just realised, now you guys can actually see my my overlay. Interesting. That wasn't visible before. Right. Greetings, Science. The commander told me to expect you. Shall I show you in? Yes, please. Here we go. Right. Did he not go with Alphino? I thought he did. Have they come back already?
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Oh God, Alice's gonna like freak. Like, Jesus Christ, you can't say that. She's gonna expect the worst.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
Well.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphino?
Alright, calm down.
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And he's going to explain what we've obviously already known about.
Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians.
Yeah, he has the belts to prove it as well. Belts, the masks.
This
on his
shadow
belt.
hunter, as he styled himself, then
That's what he called
escorted
himself.
us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
Did we know about that? I'm not sure if we did.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn. Tell us more about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them.
Yeah.
They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same.
You got like, assuming they are Ascian slayers, Ascian hunters, shadow hunters, whatever. You got to admit he's in safe hands. Like, yeah, nothing's going to happen
Since
to him.
parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's Guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went. until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
Yeah, well.
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home.
Aww.
And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
Of course, with him being a refugee himself, that makes sense.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night.
That's not good.
It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
Yeah, we were hoping that the little rebellions here and there would stop them.
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
No, they won't.
No, well.
Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on!
This isn't good. It's not good at all.
No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Probably would, yeah.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Oh, when what? Oh, no.
Untold sorrow must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
Hold on a second. Okay, Alice did not collapse.
You heard it too.
Lise didn't.
Well, at least we're both still standing.
What's the connection?
Oh,
Well,
thank the gods.
no.
I thought we'd lost you for a moment there.
No,
Why
wait.
does this keep happening?
This is the thing, like, what's the connection? Is it, like, specifically the Scions? It must be. That would explain why Lise isn't getting it,
I
because
wish I
Lise isn't
knew.
a Scion.
Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
Yeah, I think the connection is the Scions. So the Scions are being targeted, and obviously those of high etheric senses are actually collapsing from it. So that would explain why Kral isn't being affected, because she isn't getting the voice, because she's a Scion, but not really. In the same way that Arenvold and Horibolda and etc., you know, they're Scions, but they're not the main Scions. So yeah. So Alphino is safe for the present, at least. Now all we need to worry about is full-scale Imperial invasion. I'm actually glad Lise tasked us with visiting Lord Hien. Better to be dashing from place to place than sitting around over stewing over things we can't change. To the Enclave. Ooh. Oh, bloody hell, I've got a bloody dude. I don't like going to the Dome and Enclave. It's so annoying. That ends this quest as well, so that's nice. And then we literally have 5 quests left to do before the end of the expansion. Like, complete end of the expansion, like patches and everything. And then we jump into Shadowbringers tomorrow. So if I end, I know I said in the Discord message, I said, even if it takes me till midnight, if I finish post-patch content before midnight, if I finish it quicker, Like, if it takes us only like an hour more to do it, then that's where we'll call it, I think. So basically, the end. This stream is only as long as this content takes us to do. So there we go. I see you have tidings for Lord here. May I show you in? Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, there's a lot of people here. Hey, Ian, how you doing? Are you having your alliance negotiation chats? Is that why everyone's here? Right. Greetings, my friends. I was just discussing future endeavors with the members of our newly formed alliance. The Cosion and Confederacy, you already know, and it was your own strength of arms that won us the cooperation of the Steep Tribes. Steppe Tribes, rather. Steep. We also joined by our neighbours from Naxia and the indomitable citizens of Damascus, although the scattered nature of the latter's resistance will somewhat delay their official induction. Okay. These proud peoples have united under a single purpose, to stand against the tyranny of the Garlean Empire. I'm glad to see your alliance is coming together so swiftly. As things stand, I fear we shall soon have need of your strength. And this is where Alisaie's explaining, oh, well, we got the Imperials marching on Alamigo. Blah, blah, blah. I thank you for bringing me news of Alphinaud. His fate is never far from my thoughts. And not only because he is our emissary. As for this sudden deployment of Imperial forces, I agree that Alamigo would be wise to shore up its borders with all haste. Every report we receive from our shinobi indicates a massing of troops in the western provinces. It seems all but certain that the Empire is poised to bring its fist down upon Eorzea. And I would help deflect that blow, but I cannot risk sending reinforcements just yet. We will remain vulnerable to airborne assault until our wall in the burn is in place. The all-important Allagan energy barrier. Yes, that's the one. The energy barrier, yes. I thought to call it something more auspicious. A name drawn from the four lords of legend, perhaps? Seirus Aegis, or some such. Well, just a thought. The Ironworks engineers report that they have finished calibrating the generators and are ready to proceed to the testing stage. Have you time to attend the first test? You've seen the field which protected Adislar firsthand, and I would be interested to hear how you think ours compares. Yeah, go on then. I'll come too, if you don't mind. Though I am no stoner, I may be able to offer some insight. That's right, your stone has collapsed since we last spoke with Ian. That's right. Of course, time being the essence, it would be best if we made directly for the burn. Yugiri, I leave you in Hakuro to bring the War Council to a close. Understood. Your mounts are saddled and ready, my lord. Wear the storms. There we go. Sayuri's Wall is the next quest. What am I calling it? Sayurus. He and is eager to see the energy barrier in action. Go on then. We will cross the burn by Yol and Falcon, as before. Join me at the Overlook, near the House of the Fierce. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, we're just sort of standing around waiting, yeah. Right, let's get ourselves up here. That's right, we ended up waiting like, what was it, 10-15 minutes for our dungeon to pop last time? Bloody nightmare. I still think it'd be really cool if like there was an aetherite, even if it was just a shard, like an aetherite shard on the surface, and you could right click that aetherite and use it as an Aethernet. That'd be so cool. Imagine if we then had to redo the burn dungeon as part of like the MSQ again. That'd be weird. Imagine if we had to redo it every time you wanted to go visit the burn. Oh, that would suck. Give the word when you are ready to take wing. Yeah, let's go. Here we go. You can see one in the distance. That's really cool. You've got the Allagan computer thing. Awesome stuff. So far, so good. The only thing we're missing is Nero.
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand.
That they do, yeah.
Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders. Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
See, I'm going to be honest, the one thing I don't understand is how this is going to stop an Imperial attack by air, because surely, bear with me here, surely an airship could just go round the barrier. Just saying. Let's see what it looks like. But the only reason the Azizlar one worked against us was because we wanted to get into Azizlar. Whereas the Imperials don't want to get into the burn, they want to go past it.
Node 1 is operational. Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming.
Okay, so based on that, it looks like a wall as opposed to a bubble, like Azizlar was. Okay, that is fair enough. That makes more sense. How high is
1,000
it?
yards. 2,000. 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, it seems like it is a vertical barrier. How high? But yeah, I'm assuming it just keeps going.
4,000. 5,000. Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
Now, why doesn't the Imperials just go up 6,000? It might just very well be that they can't. They physically can't get their airships that high. Like, air's too thin or something. In which case, brilliant, amazing, awesome. Oh, we giving it a test, are we?
Is that an Imperial airship? Of all the rotten timing.
Yeah, time for a test run.
But this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wall for us.
Yes, they can. Oh, that's not good, is it? Well, it's great for us, but not good for it. That moment when it lands and Alphino gets out.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
Yeah, me too. Who is it? Looks like our Shadow Hunter. It is. With Alphino. Oh, crud, with Alphino. Ooh.
By the gods, it's Alphino.
I had a sneaking suspicion it could be Alphino.
What are you? Let me go! He has my brother!
Lower the barrier!
I love how they've just spent, like, all this time getting it back up. Like, getting the barrier up and it's slowly going up. And now they just got to get rid of it. Oh my god, that's terrible. They need to figure out a better way of doing that. Like, they need a sort of an entrance way that isn't affected by the barrier.
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
So he was affected!
No,
He probably...
not him too.
I reckon he was the last one. Whoa, hold on a second. That voice. That guy's voice, for some reason, it reminds me of Lord Bolton from Game of Thrones.
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem.
I'm not being funny. I don't think we heard his voice last time, because I definitely would have picked up on that voice. Yeah.
It is a day for fated reunions. Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
That's right. He had similar sort of... No! It's not. Shut up.
I, Gaius van Baelsar, the Black Wolf. That was the title I was given. One I have long since relinquished.
No! It's Gaius! Jesus Christ! Hey guys, how you doing?
Stand down. The legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Baelsar, a man without rank or allegiance.
That's how you say it, Meridianum. Oh my God. I've gone this whole time without knowing how to say that word. I just called it Meridianium. It's hilarious. Okay, cool.
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
Do you remember how it unfolded?
Yeah, we blew you up.
How I was deceived by La Habrea? How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea?
Yeah. I remember it, don't you worry.
The Ascian used me, as he used so many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god.
I remember it like it was yesterday. Probably because I did Praetorium yesterday.
Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that I dragged myself free of the rubble, and swore vengeance on the Ascians.
Funny, because he greeted Alphino as if he had known, like he knew who he was. He just, yeah. Jesus. Christ.
The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge. My principal quarry was to be La Habrea, whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion.
Oh, yeah, he's gone. Don't, yeah, forget about Lara Brea, he's gone. He's
so
dead.
many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword.
I don't think we killed Lara Brea, did we? That was during the King Thordan fight. But no, yeah, no, it was during the dungeon right before King Thordan trial, at the end of Heavensward, wasn't it? Where the two Ascians merged and become the Super Ascian, and we defeated the Super Ascian, and we obliterated the female Ascian, and then I think La Habrea, yeah, I think we obliterated the female Ascian in Orosite, and La Habrea was absorbed into King Thordan's sword, which was made from the original Azure Dragoon, which had one of the Eyes of Nidhogg like attached to him. Yeah, so.
Are the Scions not of like mind?
In this single respect, perhaps.
It's so weird.
Then I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired.
It's so strange to think this is Gaius. Holy smokes.
Among the Ascians, the black-masked ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yet among the red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source. Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the Source.
Yes, Nabriales, he was the creepy one who took Nymphelia and did the whole licking her face thing. That was weird. Him, yeah, he was, I think, the first Ascian that we obliterated. We absorbed him into the Orosite, and Moonbreeder, I think, was the one who gave her life to destroy Nabriales. And then the second one was again the female of the two in the End of Heavensward dungeon fight, and then the third one being La Habrea, who we didn't really kill, but I guess we were responsible for it. Maybe I don't know, but yeah.
The first was La Habrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmet Selk, about whom little is known.
Okay.
We have files on La Habrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmet Selk is new to us? As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
I think it's Elidibus. I mean, it is
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light. Your many deeds in Hydaelyn's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets.
I see. So, yeah, you've got the... Why has he got two? Hang on a second. If there were 3 Red Mask leaders, why is he... Oh, no, sorry. No, I'm wrong. No. The 3 La Habrea, Elidibus, and Emmet Selk, they are connected to the source. That's right. But you can still have red masked ones who aren't connected to the source, and instead they come to the world using crystals. So that right. No, that still doesn't explain things. I was going to say that would explain why Elidibus doesn't need a shard, like a shard of darkness, to come to this world. But then La Habrea did. La Habrea needed a crystal to inhabit Thancred. Or I may have just misinterpreted the whole crystal thing altogether from the start, and it just so happened that Thancred came across a crystal, and that's what lured La Habrea to Thancred. Maybe it wasn't required. It helped La Habrea target Thancred. Maybe because he was alive? Not sure.
It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention.
Oh, of course, yes! They were attacked by chemical warfare.
They had been slain by Black Rose.
Yes.
An alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted, and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
Yeah. Very honorable of you.
Toxic gas? This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours.
And that's what they probably plan on dropping on Alamigo.
Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
I would. Well, I wouldn't. I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure I believe in... I wouldn't say I believe in chemical warfare. But if I was Imperial, I would.
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself.
Good.
Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch.
That's good then. But yeah, had I been in charge of the Imperials, yes, I probably would do that to Alamigo. I would also do it to Doma.
Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno Ciegalvus.
Yeah. We know he's out and about.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I didn't think of it that way. It is a bit, yeah. Bit hypocritical, isn't it? You know.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting.
And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
Oh, now that's interesting. That pokes a hole in what we assumed in the last stream. We assumed that because there was a dead Solus on the ground and a new Solus had appeared, that he must be an Ascian. In the same way that when Nebralis, that's the one. When we killed Nebralis the first time, his body was dead on the floor, but he reappeared above it. Like they were both physically there. And so that obviously tells us, yeah, he's an Ascian. And then, yeah, in the last stream, we saw Solus' dead body in the ground, and he reappeared. So I was under the impression, okay, that makes sense. He's an Ascian. It's not a body. It's not like he's an Ascian's inhabited Solus' body, like his corpse. He's an actual Ascian, but this pokes a hole in that theory, doesn't it? So, because why would an Ascian need to clone themselves? They wouldn't. It
All
just
of
doesn't
which
happen.
prompts the question: were the Ascians responsible for these abominations, or was it the will of the Emperor? I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland.
Good. Okay. Ish.
It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
It's really weird, like, knowing who he is now, it really does change the way you see him. He's like, now you know he's the enemy. But is he really? I don't think he is.
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah.
But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I'm willing to forgive. To forgive and forget. Oh, do we get to make a choice? You're right, there are more important matters at hand, yeah. I'm going to be honest though, I never really had anything major against Gaius personally.
There was a time when I scorned those who placed their faith in false gods. Even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises.
Yeah.
Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
I'll be honest, it's been nice seeing Gaius again. Yeah.
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least.
Honestly, that was probably the least expected thing. Like, I was genuinely not like that out of the blue. I would never have assumed it was Gaius.
Well,
like,
I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphinaud back in Dorma.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I thought it might be that he was Nero from the future or something, because he looks a little bit like Nero-ish, kind of. I don't know, like in my mind, Nero looks like an anime adaptation of Gaius. There, that's my take on it. I don't know. Still, anyway, yeah. Let's just sort Alphinaud out at Doma. I mean, really, we'll get him to Doma for now, and then we'll take him across over to Revenant's Toll, where the others are. Probably best to keep them all together. Now, my question is, why was Alphinaud affected? Now that I did not expect. Much like Urianger, Alphinaud, as far as I'm aware, doesn't have any proper tie to the Aether. I'm hoping we get to find out before Shadowbringers. I don't know if we will though. Alphinaud is safely ensconced, there we go, in a private chamber. My finest healer is examining him as we speak. I've spoken with the physician. There are no outward signs of illness. Alphino is lost in sleep from which he cannot be awakened, just like the others. It seems that even the lands of the Empire were not far enough away to escape that cursed voice. I share your frustration, I'll say. I do, but Alphino has returned to us alive and otherwise unharmed. All that remains is to find the means to awaken. Until then, you can but fulfill your duties as a scion, yours and your brother's both. You're right, of course. There are arrangements to be made, and little time to make. To business then, my lord? Now that we know that Sayuru's wall works as intended, can we expect reinforcements for Ala Mhigo? You most certainly can. As promised, we will send troops to bolster our allies in Eorzea without delay. Pray be aware, however, that they will not arrive without delay. Save for some few who boast teleportation magics, the bulk of our force must be transported by sea, a lengthy voyage for which the smaller vessels favoured by the Confederacy are ill-equipped. Accordingly, I mean to enlist the assistance of the East Alienar Training Company in finding suitable ships. As for navigating the distances in question, we are in the happy position of being able to call upon those who plotted the course of my people's exodus to Eorzea. Beyond the procurement of ships, I think it unlikely that our East Alienar friends will consent to any involvement in military operations, but I am still certain they will afford Alphino a berth aboard one of their vessels. I shall have a Shurgan accompany him every inch of the way to the Rolling Stones. There we go, yeah. You have my thanks, Lord Hian. Awesome. Yugiri, I will go on ahead with our friends to Ala Mhigo, enlist all those capable of teleportation, and put them at the disposal of the Eorzean Alliance as soon as possible. They will form the vanguard. Yes, my lord. This is exactly what we'd hoped for. The Alliance leaders will be glad indeed to welcome the combined strength of the East. Absolutely. I love it. Oh. Meanwhile, at the Black Rose Chemical Plant. Oh, here we go. This is where we find out exactly what's going to happen here. Varys.
Our supplies of Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance.
Oh, that's not good.
See that you do.
Oh.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention.
It's funny you mentioned Gaius, because we were just talking to him.
A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
With no gift for sorcery, we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
How very noble of you. Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing. A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect.
Oh.
Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence. Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
Okay.
While you do what, precisely?
Talking back.
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Ascians do.
Which is what?
I am well aware that your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. but you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire.
I don't think he cares about the Empire. Well...
You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise. Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
Okay. He's not happy because he... Well, no, because it wouldn't have been him. It would have been his parents. His dad or mum or something. Mother or father.
Are you truly so naive? You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
Well, of course it was. Though I will admit the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed.
I mean, you got to remember, if he really is an Ascian, he wouldn't just die, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, like his death would have been planned. Like, yeah, because he would have had to forcefully die. That makes sense.
Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way.
Oh, and having said that, if he was to die in public and people saw him die, that would cause complications, I guess. But then, that's considering who the Empire is, you would expect him to just Ascian himself back to life, and anyone who saw him die, just shoot him. Like, that's what I imagine the Empire and the Imperials doing. Just saying. But, you know.
Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome. You dabbled in Allagan cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research.
Okay, now I'm not too sure he really is an Ascian.
And of all the options available, you chose the Founding Father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus, like grandsire, like grandson, hey?
I like this guy.
If events play out as planned, this will become something of a family enterprise. You will be the capstone of this world, I the anchor in the shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he really is an Ascian or not. I don't get it. Like, he needs his clones? Why does he need his clones? Unless he's one of the Black Mass Ascians in that he can't come to this world without a host, essentially. It might be that. It might just be that he needs a host, and that's what he's in those bodies for. But then, like you said, he can shape any host to his image. Anyway, Ian. Parley on the front lines. Ian stands ready to depart for Alamigo. We must leave now to convene with the Eorzean leaders, and it may be some time before I return to Doma. Akuro, I leave you in command. My lord. No idea what voice I gave Akuro before. I don't even think I've read a line of his. Anyway, I shall assemble with an advanced party with all haste and join you in Alamigo forthwith. I've just received word from Lys. The Alliance has established a base camp near Alamigo's northeastern border. Once we arrived in the locks, we're to report to a resistance officer stationed in Porta Pretoria, who will point us in the right direction. Let's not keep them waiting. That's cool. I can meet someone in Porta Pretoria. I don't mind. But literally, we have, what, 4 quests left? So it's 37. We're on 37, 38, 39, 40. Yeah. We have 4 quests left to do. Here we go. Let's have a chat with the Resistance Fighter. I think this might be the slightly long quest. Right. Oh, you must be the Scion party I was told to look out for. If you follow me, I'll take you directly to the Alliance headquarters. Yes, please. Is this going to be in some weird, like, place? I see Alden and Lise. I should really just call them Raven. Commander Alden and Commander Hext.
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord Hien. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, where our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
We have some good news too. Alphinaud has come back to us. As for the bad news...
Dead. Pretty much. Kind of. Ish. Not really. Kind of. It's weird.
So, Alphinaud won't wake up. Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Ascians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, you're caught up. That's the one.
Ordinarily, any one of those things would have left me in shock. But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal. Getting back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
Yeah,
it fits the description. And it seems we have Alphinaud to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea. The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it.
Yeah, no, that's true.
As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Ascians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
Yeah, no, I think I reckon forgive and forget. As long as he's hunting Ascians.
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending.
Why would we not expect that?
The Emperor himself. Well, Varys did sanction the Popularis peace mission. But knowing that an Ascian walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
Oh, we can't trust him at all.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
What's hilarious is it's not like we can ask anyone else, isn't like, you know, because they're all dead, kind of. Ish. It's weird.
God, Lise, you know how much I hate politics. But then, what choice do I have? Alphinaud and the others aren't going to do it.
It seems, yeah, we could ship Alphinaud over there if you want. Like, yeah, why not?
Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
Where are we going to find that? I'm not fond of politics either. Rather not, thanks.
Oh, you're not, are you? Come on, if Alisaie can put on a brave face, then so can you. Now, we don't know what Varys means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand should make all the difference.
I'm wondering...
The meeting will take place on the border. Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
I think that might be a bad idea.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
I think I know what Varys has planned, and I think we need to have as... just the fact that they're calling everyone there. I reckon that getting as many troops as possible close is a bad idea. Well, I don't suppose it's polite to keep an emperor waiting too long, shall we? Parley with the emperor. I think he's going to gas the place. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to gas the place and... It depends. It really depends on whether... Oh my god, it's been a while since we saw Aemik, hasn't it? Is he wearing his mask? He might not be. He doesn't have a mask, does he? I don't think he does, actually. No, but he might have taken some potion, or it might very well be that he intends to die, but inhabit the body of Solace.
Esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance. On behalf of the Garlean Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today. As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Thanks, I think.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you. As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us, but you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue. Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
Well?
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace. As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated.
We don't have struggles with the Beastmen at all right now.
Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader. One purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Doma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
True.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
Well?
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
Peace. Order. You kill our peoples, despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
Happy so.
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
He's not going to budge, is he? Well, I mean, we knew he
Your
wouldn't.
Radiance. I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor. For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons. 1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned.
1,000 years is a long time, though. So.
Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
He's got a point, to be honest. If Ishgard and the dragons can get on, who's to say that we couldn't? Well, who's to say that Varys couldn't budge here and, you know, yeah.
So
maybe.
I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise. You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end.
I mean, if he means Nidhogg, then... I mean, Nidhogg wasn't really the leader of the dragons, was he? But having said that, yes, we did have to slay Nidhogg to achieve peace. Got a point there, I guess. Okay, give him that one.
Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people. There was a time when Garlemald too lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong, from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north.
I suspect that what Varys is getting at here is we need to kill him. We just need to kill Varys and we're sorted. Boom.
Were it not for the discovery of ceruleum and the subsequent development of Magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it, and from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
Did you have to raise the volume there? Was that required?
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers? I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
The thing is, he's out of order, but he's right. Like, he's got point. He's raising some valid points.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal. They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the 12's Wood's bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
Varys is going to have some sort of comeback that makes sense. Like, he's spitting, like, he's making sense. What he's saying. He's got points.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing.
I mean, the thing is, no, Varys didn't come here looking for some common ground at all. He 100% didn't. But he makes some really valid points. He genuinely does.
Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Wait! I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here. Please, if you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
There is.
As Mistress Alisaie says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future. Emperor Varys, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
Interesting. Definitely interesting. Speak of Alisaie. This is really not my forte. After his Radiance's little performance, it was all I could do to not swear at him. I honestly don't know how I ended up playing the mediator. I just asked myself what Alphinaud would have done. Tried my best to do the same, and by some miracle it worked. But there really is no common ground to be found with that man, nor do I think he looked for any. So the question becomes, what did he come here to do? Because you may be certain it wasn't to make peace. Wherever it is, I can't make it out. Not yet, at least. We do have a little time before the parley is due to reconvene, though. So why not try consulting with our illustrious leaders? Mayhap they have some insight to share? Yeah, Merlin. I will say this one thing for this Varys. He's very well versed in Aeorzean history. His interest in our affairs is that of a beast in its prey. The Conqueror would know his enemies. All should know their enemies. There is much more we do not know of the Empire. Then it's up to us to change that here and now. Yeah, there you go. Huh. You would have me ask the Emperor himself? Well, mayhap there is some wisdom in that. If we can skirt the storm of his displeasure, we may yet come to answers, even if it does mean sailing close to the wind. Maybe so. Ian, this parley was never like to bring peace, but I had hoped to learn something of Emperor Varys' relationship with the Ascians. As had we all, yet he is in league with them. He is not like to volunteer the fact, and he is not how much weaker. And if he is not, how much weaker would his position seem for their presence? If we are to broach that particular subject, we would need to be subtle. Now, what that I would know more of the man. If you would indulge me, Lord Ian, you received an imperial education, did you not? It is true that the Emperor's will is considered absolute. There is no higher authority in all Garlemald, nowhere else in the heavens. Come to that, veneration of the gods is forbidden. The only worship permitted is being that of His Radiance's own person. That sounds suspiciously like a religion in itself. Yeah, it does actually. I share your disdain for their hypocrisy. Even as they denigrate the idea of faith, they revere their leader with a fervour others reserve for the divine. 'Tis a flaw common to much of the doctrine they fed us. Logical on the surface, perhaps, but contradictory upon closer examination. I wonder if a discussion of the various discrepancies might prompt Varys to reveal something. Ooh. Right, Nanamo. 12 have mercy, but for Lady Alisay's timely interjection, we might well have come to blows at the negotiation table. Not that the Emperor Varys left us great many options. Its unconditional surrender is all he would accept. You think? Yeah. Ere he arrived, I had said yes, but having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he came with some other end in mind. Exactly. He's building up to something. I know it. How then should we approach the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Warrior of Light? Invite Varys to explain himself. There we go. Yes, I agree. You believe he is more apt to reveal the truth if we put him at ease? Mayhap you are right. Thank you, Sunbucks. You are welcome. Hey, Alisay. You've spoken with everyone then? Good. Now all that remains is to await the pleasure of the Emperor and hope we fare better at the second attempt. Yeah, good luck with that one.
Now then, who would have the floor?
You.
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
Hi, Brett, how you doing?
I'll admit your familiarity with our affair surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons pose to the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner.
I'm alright, waiting for my boyfriend to get home. Currently colouring in a drawing. Hey, fair enough, fair enough. Where's your boyfriend at?
Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the Baron said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
Why? So why are you waiting? Wait, why aren't you gonna plug it in until tomorrow evening? What's happening there?
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Had to work. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, what's going on with why? What's going on with the Empire? Come on, Varys, tell us. Talk to us.
Finally, you ask the right question. I can but hope you heed mine answer and at last accept the righteousness of our cause.
Okay, this should be interesting.
My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be.
Ah, it's another Endwalker quote.
In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more.
In the Endwalker launch trailer, I think it's Alphino who says, "Why can't we? What is it like? Why can't we go back to the way things were, to our little paradise or something?" I think that's Alphino. I think. Anyway. What's happening is the managers at the hotel don't know I made Sunday my last day after they screwed me on my hours this week and took away my official
No
last day.
longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences.
And so tomorrow I'm going to ghost them and pick up my check on Friday. Gotcha. Okay, so what I'm guessing then is like Sunday last week was your last day, and they don't know that, and so they put you on the books for this week. Is that what you're saying? And obviously that's why you're when your phone dies, you're not going to charge it. So you don't, you've got plausible deniability. I didn't know you called me. Yeah.
There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
I don't know,
What in
Varys.
Rorga's name are you talking about?
Sorry, Varys, but that. Whoa, we went down that road some time ago, and I don't think it's worth repeating that one.
I am talking about the origins of the star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections. That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined.
Right. So now his goal makes more sense to me.
That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
I've always assumed the Empire was trying to, where they say they want to bring Eorzea under one leader, one purpose. I thought that was they just wanted to take Eorzea and they wanted to rule it. But no, what they mean is they literally want to merge the 13 realities back into one. And that's the one purpose. Okay. No, they took away my last day and only had me on the schedule for one day, and when I confronted the GM, he said he talked to the person working Friday, and he didn't because I talked to her and she wanted to keep her shift Friday. Oh, I see. Interesting. Can they do that? Can they take away your last day? That seems a bit shady to me.
A rejoining of worlds. I have heard this tale of the source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the Ascians?
Emperor Varys,
Actually, yeah.
Do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
I don't know, but they're going to get a mean Brit on Friday. Oh. Oh, so you are going to work Friday?
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Garlean Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're not going to work it, but you are going to have to go there to get you checked. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
What?
And he's just revealed the news to everyone. That's solace.
Yes. My grandsire, the former emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters when the prize is true and lasting peace?
Your prize is a lie, your masters demons. I like that one. That's a good line. Yeah.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence.
Imagine a world united.
One perfect race beneath a single standard.
Yeah, and we get to see the Imperial standing behind them.
Before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate. I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Yeah, he does, yeah. Ooh.
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left.
They also have to give me my pay for my PTO days I never used. So I should have 1 or 2 checks. Wouldn't it just be 1 check, but just more on it? Would that not make sense? Wouldn't they just write that 1 check out to have more? You know?
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable. Unconscionable.
They don't like it. They don't like it. Oh, we're all standing up now. Stand up, Nanima.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together that we might take fate into our own hands.
It would, but with them it would more than likely be 2 checks. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Into your hands, perhaps.
It's the Warriors of Darkness.
And what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
This talk with Varys really isn't going as planned, is it?
Truly the words of Garlemald's ruler. The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another.
I need to get cat clippers. These 5 cats need their claws trimmed. Ah, bless.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
Ooh.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
Yeah. Sorry, bud. I cannot condone such a... We can defeat the Ascians as we are. I'm gonna go with that. I like the thought of killing Ascians.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
Here we go.
You Aosians never cease to disappoint me. Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages. This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
Ooh. Okay. This has been a really long cutscene. It's been like 25, 30 minutes. Jesus Christ. Not even like the final one. Please tell me this is it. Please tell me we're going to end the quest now. Yes, okay, speak with Lise. Thank you. I came back to find Doma's advance party ready and waiting for battle. So as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, it did buy enough time for at least some of our allies to arrive. Yes. Right, Lise, the face of war. Having listened to Emperor Varys' maniacal plans, Lise is ready to go to war. Me too. And actually, this I believe is a dungeon quest. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is though. So this should be fun.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Yeah.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Dorma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
Absolutely. We cannot lose
it. If the
it.
Gallians come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
We must seize it, full stop.
Let's do it then. Seize it. Okay, there we go.
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
After coming this far, how could I not? And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother. But we all know who really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
So I'm just gonna put this out here. The fact that we literally have 3 quests left, this one being a dungeon quest, I think. So we're not gonna solve the Fallen Scions in this quest. 2 story quests left. I can't see us waking the Scions up before Shadowbringers. I think we're gonna go into Shadowbringers with no Scions. It's gonna be Heavensward all over again.
I want to be on their side.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
Absolutely.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands.
I know what Robin's like, and yes, he would have loved to have gotten involved in this fight. But just for some reason, when I read that and heard him say it, all I could think of was like, oh, I so wish I could come with you. But field commander needs. I can't. I'm so sorry. Like, I wish I could. And like, there's his second in command's like, well, I mean, you make the rules. You can go if you want. No, I can't. It's just like making excuses. I know he's not at all, but
Comrades, ready your arms. The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
Absolutely. I still need to look into finding a button that can progress cutscenes. I might have to keybind it. Yeah, there might actually be a way of keybinding it, to be honest.
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it.
Yeah. Ah, it's fine,
strange.
honestly.
I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right.
It will be. Everything's gonna be fine.
So please, don't you dare leave me alone.
Ah.
No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
We will survive. Don't you worry. Let's go. Come on. Let's get straight into this dungeon because I know it's a dungeon first. There you go. The Gimlet Dark. There we go. It, literally, I think the very first objective is there we go. The dungeon. Look at that. 100 Allagan tombstones. Love it. Let's join. Less than 5 minutes. I really hope it is. Why can't I? Oh, it's because we're in a we're in an instance area. I was gonna say, why can't I mount? Look at me, I'm flapping my wings, I'm flying. Oh, yeah, let's get out of here. Try and find. Yeah, we can go this way. Let's go run around on the polar bear until we get into this dungeon. Tell you what, I'll take this time here to discuss my plans for Shadowbringers. So, oh, never mind. We'll discuss Shadowbringers afterwards. My bad. Come on, DPS. Literally, you queued like 10 seconds ago. There we go. Actually, they might not have done. They may have been waiting a good 5 minutes. The Gimlet Dark. This looks cool. Oh yeah, let me do a O/. There we go. Say hi to everyone.
Forward! Forward!
Right, let's do AoE attacks because there's like several enemies here. Oh, I also hit level 77 off stream as well, so that was cool. Yeah, I should probably also make sure I'm not standing in AoEs as well. That's probably a really good idea. Or rather, it's a bad idea to stand in AoEs. Good idea to avoid them. Go. Kill, kill, kill. There we go. I've now sort of found myself getting into the swing of things in terms of actually using my AoE attacks and not healing myself by accident. Yeah, because I know that was something I kept doing. I kept holding control instead of shift, and it was really annoying, to be honest. Right, avoid whatever that is, because I don't know if it's a enemy AoE or a friendly AoE. I'd imagine it would be blue if it was friendly. Let's try and get out some non. Oh god, oh god. Yeah, let's do some non AoE attacks. There we go, some actual targeted attacks. Right, arrive on the field of dust. Here we go. See how quickly we can take this guy out. Oh my good lord. Ow. Oh. Ooh. That's fancy. Okay, no, I see. I see. I was wondering what that was about then. I had a feeling we'd have to move around. That's cool. That's fair enough. I was just thinking, can we stun this one? I don't know if we can or not. Apparently you can stun low level. There we go. Low level. Ow. Low level bosses. Yeah, it's another one of these. Shouldn't need to worry about moving. Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. Okay. Oh, I was really worried. I was thinking, can we just avoid it by standing in that last section? But no, you actually do have to. He does a full rotation. Here we go, and then you move there. Oh, it got me nervous then, thinking he was going to do it again, but no. Oh. There we go. Oh, let's get out of that. Lovely stuff. 42% so far. I think we should be fine, to be honest. I hope. I really hope. Use that. Ah! Oh, it's these bloody things again. Oh. Guys, there we go. Ow. That hurt. Cool. We seem to be doing alright. 16%. 15. 14. I think we might be alright. I'm gonna be honest. That dancer effect got me scared then. Thinking, oh god. But no, it's just a dancer effect. It's fine. Right, 0.3, 0.1, dead. Lovely stuff. Oh, that was... I just realised he was hitting us pretty hard there. I didn't even notice. Speed them both. Thank you. Apparently I've got them both. Awesome. Cool. So far so good. Can I please do my attack? I think I might be having some latency issues because I'm noticing my attacks aren't going through. Not sure. And this is the point at which I start using regular attacks. Okay, now they, mate, I don't know. They're going through now. Just weird. Strange. Oh, get out of that! Jesus, I didn't even spot that. Why am I still using? Did I just go and stand in that game? No. You know, I'm just wondering why I'm even. Yeah, not. Why am I not using single target attacks. That was weird. Being a bit silly. Right, again, greed. Greed.
Ready?
No, not really. Right, we seem to be doing alright. Where's the next boss fight? Oh, it's literally right around the corner. Right, switch over to regular melees. That looks like it's going to hit hard, whatever that is. Oh, and I thought our tank was about to leg it. Who's looting chests? Probably no one, to be honest. Is this a mini boss? Right, let's just use that on it. There we go. Let's unleash everything. Okay, it's dead. Let's go ahead and get one of those in. There we go. Where are we going, by the way? Oh, there's me not really paying attention. Greed. Awesome. Prometheus. Oh. What was that? That was something I don't necessarily like the look of. Ow. Oh, no, 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 no. Jesus Christ. That was horrible. Okay, everyone seems to be avoiding stuff there. Okay, good to know. Jesus Christ. Oh, nice. That was a bit scary. I mean, he's already at 60%, so that's really cool. That's fine. We're avoiding that. Awesome. Everyone's avoiding that. We love it. Let's get out of that. And is this where he now buggers off, or no? Ow! I thought he'd go back into the wall, or under the ground and come out of the wall. He probably will. There we go. He's doing it now. That wasn't horrible at all. Ah! Shoot! Jesus Christ! Didn't even spot that. See, what's horrible is this isn't even like final boss. It's the second boss. Jesus. Are we... What's going on? Why are we... Okay, let's get out of that. For some reason I thought we'd stopped attacking for a second then. I was thinking, what's going on? Am I being healed? Like, have I got like a... Oh, there we go. Well, that was good. And I'm aware the light.
You underestimate me.
Oh, it's Mick. I think we're going to be fine. Yeah, that's you dead. Right, where now? Down here.
This knight does not yield!
I am it. Calm down, bud. Chill out, yeah?
Out of my way!
Right, we're almost there. Final boss is right around the corner. Oh, it's a big boy. I did not mean to do that. I just used my shoulder tackle, and I really wish I hadn't, because that means it's out of action for 20 seconds now. We killed that little mini boss. Oh, okay. I thought that was left. That telegraph was left over from the enemy that had just died or something. Interesting. You dead? Who else is going to come storming in? No one. Oh, it's him! Hey! How you doing?
As one!
Right. And Lisa's here as well. Everyone's here basically. This whole, I love how this dungeon's basically just everyone. I should make sure I'm actually doing my attacks. Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, let's try and get away from that. Ouch. Let's just do everything on it. All of the attacks. Come on, Lise. As us two as monks, we need to prove that we are the best. I need to make sure I'm doing my attack though. There we go. Let's get that ready. Oh my god, there's another one here. Genuinely did not see that. Are we supposed to be killing this thing? Yeah, I think we are. Oh, we're standing here, do we? Yeah, I didn't make that. I know I didn't. My bad. It's alright, it's fine. We'll be fine, we're fine. Oh, avoid that. There we go, I was going to say, we've almost got that ready again. Okay, now is when I'm assuming, do we need to just absolutely demolish it? I don't see this happening.
Time to get serious!
I can't see us destroying this before the self-detonate, to be honest. Oh, unless you do that. What was that? Sure. Breathe. Let's meditate. Here we go, boss fight time. Final boss. Interesting. Who are these? These savages bested our vanguard. Impressive. But in the end, they are only that. Savages. Now, let us be brief. His radiance awaits. Ooh, who are they? I bet there's going to be some mechanic where we have to keep them apart, isn't there? Interesting. What are you targeting me for? I think I'm fine. Ow. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. What? Okay. Ow. Oh, okay. Avoid that. Right, I have no idea what's going on. All I know is there's an enemy outside. I'm assuming that's the second one. Ow. Yeah, I think that's the second enemy, the one that we're not fighting. Julia, I'm guessing. Oh shoot, it's this attack here. What? Ay, ay, ay. Death. Okay, I'm going to assume now it's just all hands on deck on this one. Oh no, 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 no. Ay, ay, ay. Let's avoid that. It's a good idea. I don't like why no. Oh shoot, 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 shoot. Oh no, other DPS is dead. We'll be fine, we'll be fine. DPSs are awesome. I think we're gonna be fine with this. Ow. You're dead. Like, is this where we need to do another avoiding thing? Yeah, we're gonna have to do this avoiding thing again. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. Ow. Oh. What now? What now? What now? Okay, they're both back in the game. Okay. Probably should have used that on the other one, but okay, whatever. Whoops. It's fine. It didn't really make much difference in the end anyway. There we go. So I've also just realised that that one was casting a spell. My bad. We've served our purpose. Come, we shall withdraw for now. Ooh, interesting. Interesting stuff. I'm getting my Allegan Tombstones of Poetics. I love it. Interesting. So they were meant to distract us? They've done what they were supposed to do. I think there was supposed to be a distraction. Right. GG, thank you very much. There we go, we do that. Let's read that. And let's give a commendation to our healer, who, you know, raised me a couple of times, and then, well, I think raised me once, but healed me several times, which was great. Awesome. That was good fun. I enjoyed that. Straight into a cutscene, I'm guessing? Yes. It's interesting.
There you are, and none the worse for wear.
Indeed. I had hoped we might do more to help, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
Seems like everyone helped a bit in this one, didn't they?
We should give
Story-wise.
chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
Let's not jump to conclusions here. Oh, you bastard.
The light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
What gates?
No! 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 Not like...
Oh, is this where Alistair goes down? Yeah. That's it. Alistair's down and for the count. They're all gone. It's just me.
Oh no. Don't tell me.
I think she's gone. Just
Are
like the
you
others.
all right?
I'm fine.
Quickly, we must get her back to the encampment.
What's happened to Tataru, I wonder? But then again, this is the thing. Is Tataru a scion? She is, but is she one of the scions? Like, I mean... Go on, Robin, talk to me. So the Garleans have been routed, have they? Well done! Though this exchange was no more than a test of our strength, like as not, they won't be taking any chances now that the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time, whittle down our defences. Still, with your help and that of our Eastern allies, we've passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Alisaie, well, she's in good hands over at the infirmary. Yes. My lord, the Shiurgans have completed their examination of Mistress Alisaie, and it is as we feared. She is locked in a slumber without any outward cause. Just like the others. Damn it all. Aye, the Garleans picked a fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated, and with the enemy on our doorstep, I cannot spare the man to assist in the search for a cure. The best I can do is see to it that Alisaie is escorted safely back to the Rolling Stones. Yes. Yugiri and I would return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the Far East is still under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. I'll not keep you then. Alisaie's down as well. Ooh. Judging by the Garleans' recent movements, or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rolling Stones. Given the plight of your fellow scions, I can understand if you feel on edge, but you'll be no good to anyone without rest. Thank you. Right, let's have a chat with the Hoary Boulder. And end this quest. See, what's funny is I know that a lot of people say that Shadowbringers is full of twists and turns you just don't expect. You don't see these things coming. What do you know what I really wouldn't expect is for them all to wake up in the next quest, or the second, or the final quest. Yeah. Right. Ah, Sunbucks, welcome home. Word has it you and Mistress Alisaie gave the Garleans quite a thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alisaie? I was certain she would have returned by now. Well, about that. Huh. By the 12. Not her too. Ocker and I will ready the infirmary for her arrival. We'll also need to send a message to Tataru post-haste. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Coltonant, Kryal, and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. But all is not lost. You are still hale and whole after all, though I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us, for the time being at least. Thank you. Right, moving on to the next quest, a brief reprieve. Meanwhile, in border of Alamigo, okay. Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo, we're going to see Varys. It's a ship, it's an Imperial ship. It's either going to be Varys or Xenos. Xenos, sorry, Xenos. Cool, so he's at Alamigo. It's good to know. Oh, what is it good for? There we go. So we completed this patch. Let's move on to the next patch. Brief Reprieve. Right. Boy Boulder's sullen expression suggests that he has no good news to share. Or no news to share. Which in this case may not mean good news. Right, okay, if you say so, whatever. Ah, Sunbucks, yours is a welcome face indeed in these troubled times. Though if you have come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I'm afraid I have naught to report. Coltonant and the others continue their tireless search for answers, and I too have done all in my power to assist them. Alas, my apologies for the intrusion. I was told Master Alphino had been brought here and wished to see if his condition had improved. Who is it? Is it Gaius? Wait, is that? Wow, it's weird seeing it. It's weird not seeing him in Garlean robes. Mistress Sunbucks, I've heard about the part you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you were able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realise how strange such words must be coming from must sound coming from the Garlean's lips, but I speak them out of love I bear for my homeland, because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. That is why I chose to share all that I know with the Alliance. Though I will be surely branded a traitor, I am content to bear that ignominy. 'Twill seem a small price to pay, if it helps to prevent this conflict from escalating any further. But enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alphino. An acquaintance of Sunbucks and Alphino, are you? Well, far be it from me to turn away good company. If you will follow me, sir. When word reached me that Alphino had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. Poor lad. It pains me to see him thus, but I take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly at the burn. The Populares could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know not how he came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. Yeah, you and me both. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I travelled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. He awaits your return. He awaits my return at North Silvertier, and I am certain he will be glad to see you, assuming you can spare the time, that is. I ain't got nothing else going on, have I? Let's be honest. Right, who are we meeting? Speak with Maxima in North Silvertier, okay. Is it going to be... what's his face? The Rogadin. The one that we... It's probably... Actually, it could be Sid. I'm thinking of the Rogadin from the Crystal Tower questline. No, I think that's more... No, that's over in that direction, isn't it? No, who over here? Sid? Ooh, I wonder if it's... Yeah, I wonder if he means this guy. Like, I don't know. The airship could mean Sid. It is Sid. It's Sid. Yeah. Ah, there you are. I was beginning to think you would not come. Sid, my boy. It has been a while. It sounds like you've been through the mill. You should have called me. Though I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly within my field of expertise. As you may have surmised, I heard much of Master Garland growing up in the Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration for me. Most Garleans would say he is a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We, the Popularis, however, consider him a revolutionary, a man willing to defy the Empire's dreams of subjugation, that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Please, revolutionary is a term best reserved for my work. I am but an Imperial defector who thought to aid another Imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we heard from Raben that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true? Gaius still lives? Yes. Yes, he does. Like most in the army, I'd never had the privilege of seeing the Legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. And he claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt Ascians, did he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have the good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I shall be sure to tell him so. Commander Alden also spoke of the Alliance's meetings with the Emperor, though I was still able to believe what he told us. Did his Radiance, Reed, claim that Garlemald was founded by Ascians? Yeah, he did. But that's madness. The very notion is absurd. Every fibre of my being rails against it, and yeah, I see there is no escaping the truth. From the very founding of my homeland, my brothers and sisters have laid down their lives in service to a lie. The Ascians must be stopped to save my people and save all peoples. I agree. For all the Empire's many claims, even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. But that is in the past. Here in the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambitions may be thwarted, not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironworks will spare no effort to achieve that end. Zairu's war was a good start, but we can do more, and we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Begging your pardons, I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. Yeah, go on then. Commander Alden requests your presence at the Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. He would discuss a matter of strategy at your earliest convenience. Ah yes, the inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty called you away. Time no doubt being of the essence, could I tempt you to a ride aboard the Excelsior? If there is a faster way to Raven's side, I will personally apologise to the commander for keeping him waiting. Yeah, well, there is actually. Believe it or not. Aetherite shard. You can apologise when we get there. Right, and then speaking with Sid, we'll end this quest. Right. I swear, every time you board my airship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger, and every time you somehow contrive to emerge victorious, which of course is an admirable skill. But no one is invincible, Sunbucks, not even you, so please, take care of yourself out there. I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from the headquarters. My colleagues and I have been tasked with evacuating casualties by air. See that you aren't among them, eh? Thank you, Sid. Right. There we go. Right then, and finally, to finish Stormblood completely, we need to have a chat with this resistance fighter. However, given the time that it is right now, and the fact that I know that this quest is probably going to take an hour, I think we're going to leave it for tomorrow. We are going to leave this quest for tomorrow. However, having said that, once we complete the quest, we are going to jump straight into Shadowbringers tomorrow. So it's not like I'm going to do the quest, then that's it for the stream. we are going to jump straight into Shadowbringers from tomorrow, right after we complete this quest at the beginning of the stream. Anyway, so I did mention earlier on that I have plans for Shadowbringers, and I haven't brought it up until now. My plans for Shadowbringers is we're going to start doing... we're going to have our regular streams Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on the weekends when I haven't got plans. But then I'm also going to be doing streams scattered around as well. It's sort of ad hoc streams, you know, they're not going to be scheduled. So some days you'll just see me stream on a day that I don't normally stream. And it's just because I do want to get through Shadowbringers before Endwalker. I don't want to rush it. I want to do it at my own pace. But I'm just going to put more days into it is all. Because I don't progress through the story off stream. But yeah, that's the plan. I can't give any promises as to which days it will be. Just because of work permitting, it depends. Like, for example, with today, I didn't finish work until 7:30, 30 minutes after I'd normally start streaming. So, fortunately, I was working from home today, and that's the thing. All of my scheduled stream days are work from home days. So, you know, me finishing work at, 6, half 6 in the evening shouldn't affect stream. Today just happened to be a bit of a day, to be honest. Bit of an afternoon. But yeah, so going forwards, we'll see what days I stream as bonus days. Again, it depends on work. So, yeah. That's it for tonight, though. Be live again tomorrow, hopefully from 7 PM UK time, where we're going to finish off Stormblood with this final quest and finally jump into Shadowbringers. But yes, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Let me pull up my stream deck. I really should have done that to begin with.